I'm absolutely delighted to announce today that Josh Lewsey is the new Welsh Rugby Union Head of Rugby. Josh brings to this position some 19 years of experience of playing rugby at the highest level, with Bristol and with Wasps, and of course with England and the British and Irish Lions. He's a World Cup winner, he's a European Cup winner, he's experienced the highs, he's also experienced the lows of the professional game, but also he brings so many other things to this position. He is a British Army officer, he trained at Sandhurst, he has a degree in physiology from Bristol University, he has a diploma in law, and over the last 4 years he's been working in the city in management with PricewaterhouseCoopers, and most recently as Chief Executive of the Cornish Pirates. So we have someone here who not only brings all of this fantastic rugby experience, management, strategic leadership experience. His mum's Welsh, so he's got a Welsh mum as well. It's a perfect mix.
I think the most important thing is to gain the job, which is still a month away. I've got an existing contract down in Pirates, which I want to honour, and then actually just spend some time with people and listen to people. That's the most important thing, is listen to some of the challenges, really try to understand, get down to the weeds of some issues, because there are some big, bold strategic decisions that need to be made for the long-term benefit of the game in Wales. And you may look at it from the outside and you think, if something's not fixed, if something's not broken, why fix it? Well, that's absolutely true. And I think that the Welsh Rugby Union is in a great situation at the moment. But it's how you preserve that for the longer term, and looking at some of the aspects of how we do that will be my role. But first and foremost, I'm going to spend a lot of time listening and get to know the people and the personnel and familiarising yourself a little bit better.
What we're putting together here in Welsh Rugby, I think, is one of the finest management teams in the game. I think that was recognised on the British and Irish Lions tour, where Warren Gatland took 6 of our backroom staff down to Australia. So 7 of the Welsh Rugby Union backroom staff were involved in that tour, as well as 16 absolutely fantastic players. Behind the scenes, we built up our 20s, we built up our 18s, we're building up our 7s, we built up our National Centre of Excellence. And I think the relationship we're developing with our regions now is the best it has been for many years. The Professional Regional Game Board is now up and running. And I think we're in a very, very good place indeed. But also what Josh brings to this position is a real passion and experience of grassroots rugby. He came up through mini and junior rugby. He was playing in not just the under 7s, he was playing in the under 5s and the under 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and has a real love of grassroots rugby, a real understanding and empathy with it. The work he's recently done in Cornwall, which has been really focused on grassroots club rugby, is something that's genuine and tangible, and he's articulated his desire to really drive the game forward at grassroots level in Wales, to increase participation, ensure we enjoy the game, as well as making sure that pathways to the national team are all in place.
For me, there's 3 main areas. One is kind of connecting emotively with the community game. Secondly is clearly the regions and clubs, in terms of maintain the highest level of rugby we can within the country, and then thirdly is obviously the succession planning of the elite game. So there are 3 main areas for me, but of those it's a huge overlap and lots of bits and pieces, so that's only just one aspect of it.
At the highest level in the game in Wales, it's been an extraordinary few years. Winning the Grand Slam in 2008, winning it again in 2012, winning the championship once more this year, a Rugby World Cup win in 2011, our under-20s performing so well in France, our 7s have done remarkable things over the last few years. At the highest level of the game in Wales, we're in a good position, and we're very focused on 2015 with Warren and with Rob and with Neil and the rest of the team there. But we can't sit back. Now is not the time to sit back. We've got to look forward to the future, and bringing someone of Josh's experience in and a freshness in to the organisation at this stage is all about taking us forward to 2019 as well, ensuring that the grassroots of the game are in great shape, but the pathways to the top of the game also. And Josh will also add a fantastic view to the executive board. He will bring with him that sense of strategic leadership, strategic direction, of management, of running the game off the field, as well ensuring that we perform well on it across the game.
For all the flash stadia you got here, you've got some real poor areas in Wales, and during the 1980s when I was growing up, you had the mines had been closed down, you had heart ripped out of some small communities, but for one thing they still had was the little rugby clubs, and the social club, and understanding that as the club, as the hub of a local community, is a really important thing to foster. So if we can sort of focus on how best to do that and think innovatively and bravely around how to do that for long term, then that'll be part of the role.
What Josh brings to it is a range of relationships, and those relationships are so important for the game in Wales. The fact that he's experienced professional club rugby will, I think, make sure his relationships with the regions will be very powerful. I think the fact that he's worked with Warren Gatland at Wasps, along with Rob Howley at Wasps, along with Prav Mathema at Wasps, along with Rhys Long, who are our head of analysis and our head of medical, that you all of a sudden we bring in someone who's got real relationships with the highest level of the game here in Wales. It bodes so well, and I think it's a great tribute to all the men and women in Welsh rugby that we can attract people of the calibre of Josh Lewsey to Wales.